Let me start off by stating this controversial fact. Time is an illusion. Reality is all created right now, from your consciousness in each moment. Past, present, and future is all created in the present moment now. And let me explain with a far-fetched, unlikely example, given most people's logical construct of how time works and cause and effect. At the end of this video, I hope you realized that this example's not far-fetched at all. Let's say I want my bank account balance to be $50,000, but it's normally only $1,000. Based on what I have been taught, that time is linear, and everything is cause and effect. My brain logically thinks that in order for there to be $50,000 in my bank account, there must be some reason it's there. It makes no logical sense for my bank account to have $50,000 in it if I don't have a specific action that caused it to be there, such as a series of deposits from logical sources like a job or something I sold. My physical logical brain thinks with cause and effect, such as I worked and got paid, and therefore I have a deposit. But if time is not linear, and we look at things from a quantum physics point of view, then each moment is just a snapshot. If time is not linear, there is no continuity from one moment to another. If time is not linear, then each moment is just like a frame on a film strip. Each moment is a separate snapshot, a completely separate image. The flow, the motion, is only created when the film strip runs, like for a movie, giving 3D reality the illusion of time. But in reality, time is just a construct of change. Time is just a measurement of how much one frame on the film strip is different from the next frame. It's just stop-motion videography. So if it's just like stop-motion videography, then let's look at the individual frames. Using this bank account balance example, the frame is created by my beliefs, expectations, and assumptions. With the old way my logical mind worked, my bank balance would be based on a general guesstimate of what my bank balance was yesterday or last week, plus a guesstimate of what has been deposited, like a paycheck, and a guesstimate of what my expenses or withdrawals have been. This is my expectation and belief, that there must be something to cause my balance to go from $1,000 to $50,000. Since this is my belief, then I experience this in my 3D reality. But what if I change my belief? According to quantum physics, nothing exists in 3D until it is observed. And what is observed is based on my consciousness, my thoughts, my beliefs. What if I change my expectations and beliefs to reflect that each frame, each moment in time, including my bank account balance right now, is simply a reflection of my current consciousness, my current expectation of what it is? What if I change my belief to be that my bank account balance can be anything, without any logical reason or action in linear time to cause it other than my consciousness? Any amount at all. It can be $50,000 because I believe it will be whatever I believe it will be. It will be whatever my expectation is. So my new belief is that each moment, each frame on the film strip, is created based on whatever I choose right now. There is no continuity from any past. There is no continuity from yesterday or last week or last year. There is no spillover from the balance yesterday. If this is my new belief, then what do I choose my bank account balance to be? Right now. I bet you just thought of a number and then you immediately thought, but that's not possible. Where would that money come from? If you just thought this, then you just took the first step to changing your beliefs, recognizing your limiting beliefs. You now know that you have a limiting belief, a belief in linear time and cause and effect. You don't yet believe that things can just be created out of thin air, with no link to prior events. You don't yet believe that the 3D reality you see is a reflection of your consciousness now. When I first started manifesting, I had this problem too. I could manifest little things, like finding money on the ground every time I left the house, but I still struggled with big things like huge unexplained deposits in my bank account. One step you can take to bridge your old beliefs into these new quantum physics beliefs is to start with something that is believable to your logical mind. I started by listing all the ways, all the crazy once-in-a-lifetime ways that people do receive unexpected deposits into their bank accounts. Start with the simple belief that if it can happen to them, it can happen to me. I started writing down things like, I won the lottery. I received a large inheritance from someone I didn't really know, and it was completely unexpected. I received a large check from a class action settlement that I didn't even know I was a part of. I received a large refund I wasn't expecting. I sold something for way more than my asking price. I found something really valuable tucked away in a closet or the garage or at a thrift store. Someone gifted me something really valuable. There was some type of error, and I got unexpected money back. And guess what? All these things started happening. Every single one of them. Because I believed that they could happen. And they could happen to me. But all these examples still have a linear time and cause and effect component to them. There was a valid logical reason behind the reason I received the money, even as unlikely as they seemed. As unlikely as it was, yes, my boss actually did enter payroll twice for the same week and paid me 2 checks and said I could keep the extra money. I actually did receive a $650+ check in the mail for a class action lawsuit I had no idea I was a part of. I actually did receive a large inheritance from someone I didn't really know, and it was completely unexpected. I actually did win the daily lottery after hearing the winning numbers in my head. As I was filling out the numbers, I actually did have a company give me back a $600 payment I made with no explanation, except to mail me back the check I wrote to pay them and mark the invoice as void. With lots of small manifestation wins under my belt, then I started working on my belief about linear time and cause and effect. I loosened my grip on linear time. I have given up the belief that things are linear, that things are cause and effect, that my past, even yesterday, has any effect on what I am experiencing right now. I am embracing the quantum physics that my logical mind can't really understand. I am embracing the belief that every single thing I am experiencing right now is being observed by me, based on my consciousness, right now, in this moment. My old self would recall a memory of my bank account yesterday, and then that would be my reality the next day, because my imagination, my memory, created that. I falsely thought time was linear and thought that today's balance was created by yesterday balance plus additions and subtractions. But once I learned how time is an illusion, I realized that's a false belief. Whatever you believe, whether that belief is true or false, is what you will experience. You can believe in linear time, or you can believe that 3D reality is created by your consciousness, with no continuity from yesterday. You have free will to believe whatever you want to believe. You have free will to choose any of the infinite number of possibilities for your life. You have free will to be conscious of any version of any story you want to tell about yourself. What shows up in your 3D reality is just a reflection of your beliefs and reflection of the story you are telling yourself. You get to choose to believe and expect anything, anything. It does not need any logical connection to what happened yesterday. Time is an illusion. It is all created now from your consciousness in this present moment.